Welcome to Agile Made Simple, the MVP Mindset podcast, the show that helps small businesses move faster, think smarter, and build leaner with the power of Agile and AI. I'm your host, Dare Makun, AI consultant and author of AgileMadeSimpleBook.com. Whether you're a founder launching your next big idea or growing a team looking to scale sustainably, you're in the right place. Each week, we break down practical ways to use the MVP mindset and AI tools to simplify your workflow, boost productivity, and stay ahead in a rapidly changing world. Let's make agility work for you, starting now.
Welcome to the MVP podcast, the podcast that simplifies success for small business owners by combining artificial intelligence and agile thinking, agile mindset. Hi, I'm Dare Makun, agile coach, entrepreneur, and AI implementer consultant. And this is episode 2, the AI employee, how to build one for your business. So in the last week, we explored the concept of the minimum viable product, or MVP. And literally that's what's the most basic, valuable version of your product you can get out to the market fairly quickly. And how small business owners can launch ideas fast, test early, and iterate without getting stuck in perfectionism. So today, let's go a little bit deeper because I've had so many questions asked about this. I thought it's a good idea to even get started with, for instance, like, how do I actually build an AI employee? What is an AI employee? And that's what this episode is all about. So I'll focus primarily on talking about setting up one, building one, and how to make it simple and get you started. I will share some real world examples from my clients, a simple step-by-step framework, and some agile principles that should help you get in the mindset of agility and getting this moving pretty quickly. Hopefully by the end of this episode, you'll have an idea on what you need to launch your own AI employee. And even if you don't think you're tech savvy, you have an idea how to get started. So let's jump into it. So let's clear on the terminology, right? When I say AI employee, I'm not talking about a robot. I'm not talking, there are instances like that, but this isn't what I'm referring to here. Not some sci-fi assistant that answers questions in a nice British accent. You know what I mean? An AI employee is simply a system of smart tools that performs repetitive tasks or those administrative tasks that take up your time. So your human team, or even if it's just you, can focus on real work or other work. Think of it like hiring a specialist, but instead of onboarding someone for, say, however much it is a year, you're plugging in a tool that costs maybe relatively to $20 to $90 a month, and it works 24/7. And if that sounds abstract, let me ground it a little bit. So I had an insurance agency reach out, and a client of mine was manually following up with his quote leads. Sometimes it took hours. He had to hire an assistant. Sometimes it never happened. So we implemented a simple AI-powered follow-up system. An email sequence triggered when someone submits a form. Now, every lead gets a personalized email or SMS within 2 minutes, or at least a tool to talk, something to talk to, somebody representing the company. Now, this resulted in booked appointments, of course. Another client, a 2-partner law firm, had issues just qualifying leads. Setting up an AI chatbot that helps ask 4 key questions, so getting the FAQs appropriate so that the AI employee can help respond and initiate that conversation with a prospect. What type of legal help are you looking for instance? When do you need it? Is this business? Is this for a business, or is it a personal matter? Have you worked with an attorney before? Based on these answers, the bot books a call or sends a polite when not a fit message. So you can implement this in different ways in different businesses. And what does this do for you? Save 3 hours per week per partner, for instance, in the instance of the legal firm. So no matter your industry, if you repeat a process more than twice a week, it's likely a candidate for an AI employee. Okay, so here's another method I like to use with my clients to get you started, a 4-step method, if you will. Step 1, identify your one bottleneck, that pain point, that what's something I do regularly that doesn't need my genius. For instance, do I need to respond to every customer service message? If you have common FAQs, do you want to keep answering them, or is there a way to get them out there so that a system can get those questions answered on your behalf? Sending reminders, chasing late documents, managing leads intake. Just choose one of these bottlenecks, write it down. Step 2, write like the job description you want this AI to do for you, literally. There are a few templates out there. For instance, this AI assistant will do plug in the task so that I can do such and such. And then, an example, this AI will automatically follow up with my leads via SMS and email so I can spend more time closing deals. Right? That sounds like a simple, easy to use scenario, right? So the next step is, this step actually is important because it helps clarify what the problem is to make the tech decisions easier. Now, step 3, choose the right tool. So this doesn't need to be complicated. There are different tools to use for creating job roles, but typically I recommend starting with, we start with ChatGPT, is the most easiest one. However, there are different things. If you want a website chat support, chat-based TDO helps with that. If you want a lead nurturing or generating thing, Zapier, Gmail, and Go High Level offer this package. For appointment setting, Calendly is my favorite. Onboarding, use Typeform. Social media, again, I come back to ChatGPT API for content generation. And for voice or voiceover, use tools like 11 Labs. Always start, this is just a free tip for you. If you want to choose any of these tools, feel free. However, know that there are costs associated with any of these basic plans. So I like to start with free. At least test it first to see if it's something you need. However, whatever one you decide to go with, it will be cheaper than having to pay somebody to do some of these tasks in the long run. So do your cost benefit analysis. And step 4, this is where you launch as an MVP your first version of your product. It would not be perfect, wink wink. We're not chasing perfection here, we're chasing progress. But because that's the point, you test it in the real world. You give it one job, let it run for a few days, observe how people interact with it, then you refine and keep making that tool better. Know what I mean? That's it. That's your AI employee. Now, how does agility meet AI? Now let's layer in agility here somewhere. A lot of people get overwhelmed with AI because they think it's a big deal, final decision. But being agile teaches us start small, learn fast, adjust often, and iterate, right? So here's how to use agile principles to manage your AI employee, for instance. Start with time boxing. So set a time limit. I'll spend 90 minutes building this AI assistant, then launch it. That's it. This prevents endless tweaking and making sure you have a finite product that is perfect. Then number 2, implement sprints. Treat the first week of implementation as a sprint. Observe how it performs, collect data, and then work your way from there. Number 3, use retros. So every Friday, ask yourself, for instance, with your team, what worked well? What didn't work well? What's one thing we could improve next week? Okay? And final, number 4, feedback loops are important. Make it easy for your customers or your team members to tell you, hey, for instance, this bot gave me a weird question. Test it among yourselves first before you roll it out. This saved me so much time. Sometimes it's AI, sometimes you get it wrong, so you have to fix that. Can even add a smiley, and the goal is to continue to improve, not about perfection. Okay, so remember, agility plus AI equals scalable success. Okay, let's take a look at some real world examples. For instance, a consultant, Grace, a copywriter, she does onboarding with clients manually, sends PDFs, schedules calls, and always chasing info. So we built an AI-driven onboarding flow. 1, client signs up, right? Gets a personalized welcome email, fills out a form, schedule link is sent, an intro call is booked. And the result is, hey, Grace doubled her clients without the burnout. Let's take another instance of the restaurant owner. We wanted to grow delivery without hiring an extra staff. Small mom and pop restaurant. So use the chatbot basically set up a chatbot using, again, we start with ChatGPT, just then linked it through Zapier to the Facebook page to answer simple FAQs like hours, can you send me a menu, can even take delivery orders, and upsell potential clients to the combos. Within 4 weeks, the AI bot had handled over 500 messages and brought in a lot of new orders. So even in education, a tutor could use AI to remind students of assignments, share links, and even quiz students using chat. The AI could work as a virtual teaching assistant, and the tutor now teaches 3 times more students with less stress. So it's never really a scenario where you cannot use an AI employee. You just have to figure out what your needs are and roll with it. Now, what are our takeaways from here today? Here are 5 things I'd say you can do today. 1, pick one recurring task in your business that doesn't need your brain. Write a job description for that task. Select a simple tool AI tool that would fit what you're doing, and then build your MVP, and then track performance daily for a week. Use the Agile Sprint plus Retro method we spoke about, and just set a reminder to review results after 7 days. But if you commit, even if it's only 2 hours this week, you'll free up dozens of hours next month if you do things right, because you're building a smart system by yourself. So if you're ready to get started, I've got a free resource for you. It's called the Small Business Owner's Guide to AI Employees. It's right there. You could use this tool, help you determine what your needs are, then do a tool selection, and then a 7-day implementation MVP launch plan. You can grab it at Offer DAPM Solutions, or you can even schedule an appointment there to have a free consultation if you don't know where to get started. If today's episode sparked your ideas of building your own AI assistant, please tag me on Instagram. I'd like to hear how you're doing. I'd like to, if you know any future small business owners who's buried in admin tasks, share this with them. Let's build smarter. And there's more stuff to learn, guys. I'm a firm believer in an ongoing learning. So I always learning. So I'm open to new ideas, new ways to work. So if you have better ways to do some of the stuff I've talked about here, please share it. Someone else may find value in it. And that's it. That's it for episode 2 of the MVP podcast, the Agile Made Simple mindset. We'll get the name right. MVPs aren't about being perfect, right? They're about making progress. And that's what we're doing here. So start small, learn fast, and as always, improve. I'm Dare. See you next time.
Thanks for listening to Agile Made Simple, the MVP Mindset podcast. If today's episode helped spark a new idea, make sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a fellow change maker. And if you want to go deeper, visit agilemadesimpleBook.com or offerthedapmsolutions.com for tools, resources, and more insights on how to build smarter with AI and agility. Until next time, keep lean, keep it agile, and remember, it's about progress, not perfection.